Hello. I have finished. I have finished tying up the jumpers, and now they form a common bus bar at each knife switch row. One last thing that you have to do in order to see that your work is complete with the connections. Well, you have to check with the continuity tester the continuity of each row, and if all is good, when you place your probe on this end and the other probe on the other end, it should make a contact and the tester should beep. So let's see what I've done. As you can hear, the tester beeps, which means we have an electrical contact. Let's see for the next row. Oh well. I will do the same for these rows. See, this is the second row. It beeps. This is the third row. It also beeps, which means we have an electrical connection. And the fourth row, which also beeps. So we have an electrical connection on each rows. Okay, that's about it, and I'll be back after I finish wiring the rest of the circuit and capacitors and so forth. Bye bye. Hello again. This is my first row of capacitors, which I will connect to the capacitance decade box, and I just wanted to show you what do you have to do in case you want to connect this kind of capacitor to this kind of large screws and nuts and washers and whatnot. Due to the fact that the capacitor has such thin and small legs, I will show you what I do in order to adapt these legs to be crimped on such large electrical terminals. So I have little crimping terminals, very thin tube-like terminals, and I put them on the capacitor's legs. Wait just a second. All done. Now the capacitor's legs have become a bit longer, but this won't be enough, so I have the next size in crimping terminals, which I will place. As you can see, they're a bit bigger, and I will fit them on top of the other crimping terminals, like so. And now we have some thick legs, Then I take the crimping plier, one of my trusty crimping pliers, and I place them the crimping terminals into the corresponding jaws of the plier. As you can see, it is in the plier, and you apply pressure on the handle and it is crimped. I'll do the same for the other one. For the sake of practicality, I won't show you the crimping of the other leg. Okay, this is the finite product. As you can see, it has bigger and thicker legs. And now, in order to connect these legs to this kind of crimping terminal, the one with the washer on its end, I have to extend it with a bit of wire. So I take my automatic wire stripper. Wait just a second. It's hard doing all this with one hand, but I will try. So I take my automatic wire stripper and strip one end of the wire, like so. Then, because the wire is too thick, I have to remove some of the strands of the wire to make it a bit thinner, and I'll show you why. Wait just a second. I have the next size in crimping terminal. This is the thickest crimping terminal, which I will have to join it with the wire, the electrical wire, and the leg of the capacitor. Okay, so I take the capacitor like this. Okay, so I take this is the wire, and this is the capacitor, and I have to join them together. Oh man, wait, I have put this backwards, this crimping terminal. Okay, now it's properly fitted, and I join them together like this. And after that, I will crimp them with my crimping pliers. Just a second. I have to place the capacitor's leg and the wire just right into the crimping pliers vise. And now I have crimped it like this, and it's stuck there as always, but I have a small screwdriver and I pry it out from its back with this screwdriver. Okay, now I have one leg of the capacitor extended, and then I take the wire cutter and cut the wire to to dimension. And now I have to remove the isolation left from the wire. See, you remove, and there is also some excess wire strands, the one that weren't crimped into this terminal, which will fall off. Put them over to the side and then twist this remaining wire. After that, you have to bend it in two so that it will be thick enough and fit onto this crimping terminal, washer crimping terminal. Now you position it into the proper position and start crimping it. As you can see, I have placed it into the crimping plier. The other leg is going to be crimped a bit by the other section of the jaw, but that's okay because it doesn't affect it that much. Okay, so now it's crimped and it's stuck again. And the end result should look like this. After that, in order to be mounted here, you have to bend this terminal so that the capacitor will stand in its upright position. And then you bend it like this. Man, it's hard to do this with one hand. Okay. As you can see, now it's bent at a 90-degree angle, and then the capacitor will be mounted like this. And the other leg, I will show you on a finished capacitor. This is a finished capacitor. The other leg will be 90 degrees offset from its opposite leg. Why? Because when you attach one leg, it will be in this position, and the other leg should be 90 degrees offset, so you could connect it on the other common bus bar for the capacitor. So there will be one common bus bar which will hook up all the capacitors. Then the other leg of the capacitor will go to the knife switch, which will be disconnected. And the moment that you connect, suppose all these knife switches contain capacitors that are already connected into the circuit, and the knife switch bridges the gap between the one leg of the capacitor and this common bus bar. So when you connect this capacitor, it will the knife switch will also bridge the gap between this leg and this common bus bar. So therefore you will end up with two common bus bars, which at the end will give you a common capacitance in depending on how much capacitors you have introduced into the circuit. So that's about it, and I will continue crimping the capacitors, and then I will proceed to hooking them up. Bye bye.